The state doesn't need increased gas capacity to meet its energy needs, and the same is true for Rhode Island. And so the question is, why are we building this plant? Right? So we produce more power in Rhode Island than we use. It's not necessary to build this plant for our use. Right? And so it makes no sense to build a 1,000 megawatt plant, because all of that energy is going to be exported out of the state of Rhode Island. Right? So Rhode Island gets to accept all of the increased emissions and environmental burdens, right, for what? For nothing in return. And it's going to cause a possibility of not being able to meet the Resilient Rhode Island Act goals that have been set up. Now, a similar situation exists in other parts of the country. This is what the power plants do. They find states that are willing to put up these plants because of economic reasons, or because of low regulations, or because of tax incentives, right? And they build the plants there, and then they export the power, all right, to other states. It happened, the latest one was in Arizona. Arizona wised up and said, we're not going to be the patsies for this, all right, and we're not going to do this anymore. All right, so because Arizona used to supply all the power for San Diego. Well, what did the power companies do? They instead went to Mexico. So now they build a bunch of power plants along the Mexican border, and that's where San Diego gets their power from now. All right? So why are we going to become the patsies for this kind of project? All right? We don't need this project. We don't need it to meet our power needs. And it's time that elected officials and also administrators in the state of Rhode Island, right, stand up for Rhode Islanders, right? Do the same thing as Arizona said. Well, we're not getting any benefit out of this. Why are we doing this? All right, that's my testimony.
Thank you. The next speaker is Timmons Roberts.